Okay, I don't really know where to start. Honestly, I didn't really want to make this video, but here I am. It's no secret that Warzone 2 launched with some pretty big issues. But honestly, I think we've hit a climax, a tipping point. Since a reduction in cost of primary weapons and the subsequent addition of loadout markers in Warzone 2, we've been in big trouble. I'm honestly making this video because I want to know if it's just me. I want to know if it's a skill issue or if there are other people out there that are sharing my experience. Because I'm feeling pretty alone, so do let me know in the comments, because this is it's getting to the point where I don't want to play the game anymore, and that sucks, honestly. Right, so first thing we need to talk about, TTK. It's just disgusting. Like, what's even the point? I don't want to sit here and just moan about a dominant meta, because to some extent Warzone and Call of Duty is always going to have this. But guys, we've got to do better at balancing. The Fennec and RPK combo that we're currently plagued with is honestly one of the worst that we've seen. While this has been the case since launch, the changes to loadouts and primary weapon prices have really opened the door and minimised that probability of running into a team with one of these two dominant weapons. And honestly, it's just too much. I am anticipating them doing a balance patch in the new year, but unless they do something fundamentally different, we are just kicking the can down the road, and this issue is going to be replaced by another set of dominant weapons. And this brings me on to health and armor. They're just too low. We need to bin off the 3-plate vest and throw an extra 50 HP at everyone. While this doesn't feel like a permanent solution, the server instability and inconsistency of TTKs, I think this would go a long way to making the game feel much more forgiving. There's been a lot of chatter on social media again about skill-based hit reg and skill-based damage. And this was something that was coming up more and more towards the end of Warzone 1, and honestly, it doesn't surprise me. It's so easy for high-skill players to notice minute changes in engagements, and that's why this sort of thing comes up. It's only human to single yourself out with your tinfoil hat on, but the reality is, the back end of this game and the netcode that it's running sucks. It's really that simple. It's not complicated. There's no Illuminati theories here. This is just it. And before you come at me with your pitchforks out, I'm not saying that game development is easy. It's not. I'm saying that if you're going to build a competitive mass multiplayer with intentionally low TTKs, and you've got to make sure your infrastructure can back the beef. And if you can't, well, you are going to need to work around your weaknesses and make the game make more sense. Look, I know we're getting into the realms of skill issues, and I know people play this game and they have success with it. But when you have the best players in the world complaining about inconsistencies, you know it's not just you. That's enough about that. Let's take a quick look at some of the things that are realistic, some of the things that we could change, and some of the things that I'd like to change. Right, reload cancelling, plate cancelling. This one's kind of controversial, but the one thing that I've not seen people talk about too much is a middle ground. Personally, I'd like to see the return of a kind of reload cancel, but in a way where the change or the YY or whatever it is you do to break would trigger a new, dramatically shorter animation where you return the mag or the plate to the gun, but the action is broken so you're not stuck. I know COD isn't a realistic game, but we shouldn't be shooting guns with no mags in them, so I think having a middle road where it's returned to the gun with the ammo that you had remaining is a nice middle ground. And I think the same goes for plates. I want to see this explored. I think it's personally quite a good solution. Next up, sliding. I don't want to see the return of slide cancelling, but honestly, without the ability to slide and shoot at the same time, the mechanic feels really pointless. And I think the same kind of goes for diving. I think the TTK is just too fast. The reality is, the diving doesn't save you from a beam from an RPK from the other side of the map, but if by chance it does, you should at least be able to shoot from the moment that you land, if not while flying through the air. And last up for me really has to be the pausing. Pausing between actions. I don't want to be breaking people's ankles like in Warzone 1, but after every play session, I'm just left feeling like everything's a bit too clunky. Do you know what I mean? I don't know, maybe it's just me. Again, let me know in the comments. I feel like this video was kind of for me more than anything, kind of cathartic. I needed to get it off my chest. So that's it. We've done it. We've got it out. Let me know what you think in the comments. Anyway, hope you have a good day. Subscribe if you're not already. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.